Whenever I start this, sometimes I got to do it twice. And I don't understand why. It's like YouTube takes too long and Zoom will time out when trying to connect. I don't understand the reasoning why that is. See, like it's still trying to connect. And so then I have to do it again. There we go. According to Zoom, we're live. Now let me see if I can find us on YouTube. Yay. Okay. Yes.
Are
Good.
we live?
We are on YouTube as well. And so good evening, everyone. Sheila Karuna and Krystle Hemphill from New Light Streaming Love. So I will be putting this up on Sassy C or Sheila after the fact, but if you're seeing this on New Light Streaming Love, it is Saturday afternoon, August the 23rd, 2025. And we're going to do a little chatting and a little card pulling and hanging out. Hope everybody can join us. And I'm going to try to get that. Oh shoot! I see. I did the. Oh wait a minute. I wanted to get. There we go. My little thing that I put up. That will pin to the top of the page. I can do that real quick. So, oh, hey, we got three folks already joining us. Good evening, everyone. Please be sure to, if you would like, to let us know your name, that you're watching, where you're watching from, and whether or not you'd like to have a card pulled for yourself. I'm going to pin to the top of the page how this works. Um, if you would like a card, just let us know. We'll put your name on the list. And when it's your turn, I call your name and we make sure you're still here. Then I kind of like step into your field and just start giving you what I get. That's what I call it. What do you call it, Krystle? When
Connecting, maybe. I
you
don't
okay,
know.
all
I've never
right.
really thought about what I call it.
Well, the reason I say it like that is because I started visualizing myself, like, just stepping into that person's
Yeah.
bioenergetic field.
I think I always, like, especially back when I first started connecting, it was always like a meeting in the middle of the two energies. Like,
Oh,
that's what it feels like to me.
I like that. I like what how you described that there. Yeah. And I always wanted folks to know that my intention is to feel into their field,
Yeah.
so that they were aware, because some people may not like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to let them know.
Yeah.
So So,
definitely like a permission type of thing. But I feel
right,
like as soon as they say yes, they're in agreement to getting a card, then they are in agreement to, you know,
right.
connecting on an energetic level.
Yes, and I like to make sure that they are aware that for me, that is exactly, you're exactly correct. I just wanted to put this on my Facebook page to let everybody that may see it know.
Do you put when you abbreviate you put KLSL, New Light Streaming Love, right?
Yes, yes, I do. Well, and I was sharing with you this morning, or yeah, it was this morning, right? Just this morning. Oh God,
Mhm.
it feels like a whole day has passed. Um, that for the first time, I realized that the abbreviation of New Light Streaming Love, KSLS, or is that no, KLSL, Krystle, Lisa, Sheila, Love. I'm sorry. And that's even in alphabetical order of our names, right? I just, that is so cool to me now. Actually, what I pinned at the top there, Journey into It, should I be putting the other one yet? Or for right now, I wanted you to have immediate access to anything that came in. That's why
Yeah,
I
that's fine.
Okay, that's why I chose to leave that there. But when we do it on the website, I think it's up to you. You know, we can go ahead and put that there for that. Just to let
Yeah.
everybody know, we're gonna also set up a PayPal account for New Light Streaming Love. Vanessa, I'm so glad you could join us live. Vanessa has joined us. She said hello. So glad I caught you. Much.
Hey.
Yeah, Vanessa, I hope you will just send me an email of your days and times that you're available, and I will most definitely get back to you. Okay, for chat and card pulls. I wanted to make sure I got that on my Facebook page before.
I shared it on Journey into It and our New Light Streaming Love page on Facebook.
Okay, wow. All right. Thank you for that. I just put it on my page because I used to, when I started Corona Rising Tarot, I had a Facebook page, but I, you know, when I lost that and everything, I just let it all go. So, okay, Vanessa wants a card. Vanessa, I did not do a an energy pull for today. Would you mind if we did that first? Do you have a little bit? Can you hang out and let me do that real quick? I got a brand new deck that's the Elemental Energies deck, Oracle deck that I really would love to pull from. Doesn't take but a second because there's not a lot to it. Okay, awesome. She said, sure. I had a feeling you would like that. Um, because I found this interesting. I thought for some reason I was thinking that the new moon was like on the 21st or something, but no, it was just exact at 2 a.m. this morning on the Eastern. Oh yay! I'm so glad she said she can hang out with us for a while. Um, that it was just oh wow, this just came in just jumping right out. Solar empowerment.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Absorb the empowering energy of the sun, charging your spirit with vitality and strength. Well, I think that's good advice for all of us. And me in particular, I'll just say it like that. I know that when the earth and the sun are communicating to each other, a lot of times, especially when there's really heavy slamming electromagnetic fields that are coming from the sun, which really is communication to the earth. I know that with all of me. It sometimes it can be a little, it can wreak havoc with my body. But I have begun to feel like the more I can at least spend a little time every day out there, sort of just allowing my body. I've gotten to the point where if I could close my eyes, take my glasses off, close my eyes, and look directly at the sun behind my closed eyes, I think that I really do feel like that will help me. So I just find it very interesting that this one come out for the energies for today, specifically since what I was speaking to us all about with the new moon. This is not just a new moon, but it is a black moon, which is a rare occurrence that only happens every 33 months, apparently,
Hmm.
where there are two new moons in a 30-day period. It happens with a full moon as well. But this one is with the new moon. And of course, new moons are all about, setting those, that sort of thing. So,
It's like a second chance for the new beginning.
right. And this one is in Virgo. And I'm not sure, I can't remember if this is, if both of the moons are in Virgo. I can't imagine that they would be. I was listening to the Leo King, David Lawrence Palmer. He did a live. That's how I realized actually that it just occurred at 2 a.m. this morning on the East Coast. Um, and what he shared was that this moon um, went through several zodiac signs before it actually ended up in Virgo. So, all in the course of a few hours. And it was, I think, two other signs before it came to rest as a black moon. And the way he was describing it, it made a lot of sense as to why I was feeling what I was feeling all this week leading up to it. It was just very interesting. If you get a chance, I'm only like maybe a quarter of the way through that video, but I really kind of like his take. Sometimes I got to take what he says with a grain of salt. He is a young man, and he's really not down with some of the things that he's seeing going on in the spiritual community, which I can't blame him. But I do like what he has to say, and I've learned a lot from him, just listening to his lives that he does about. He does a live usually on the new moon and the full moon, and where he shares on YouTube, because most everything else he does is behind a paywall. But
Mhm.
so yeah. All right. But so how are you feeling about today's energy, little miss?
That makes sense to me. Why that deep desire to start this new experience. Yeah,
Yeah, kind of feeling it too, huh?
makes a lot of sense. I don't really keep up with the moon cycles. If I happen to see it, I'd be like, oh, well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I usually I was more into it, but as I see it, if I'm drawn to it, just like with anything else,
Yeah, yeah,
and that's when I think because of the black moon, um,
yeah.
something drew me in, and then, like I said, I Oh, that explains why I've
Yeah,
been just feeling like I'm not just dragging ass, but like had my ass handed to me in a wheelbarrow and dragging it. You know what I mean? That
yeah.
that's
My
that's
body, yeah, my body will usually tell me too, like, especially around the full moon. I don't even have to know like what or when or anything. I'm like, yep, I can feel it.
yeah. All right. All right, little Miss Vanessa. So I'm gonna step into your field now and see what I can get. And by the way, I'm going to just say this: this is not just pulling cards for everybody. Although I'm happy to do it, as what happened the last time Krystle and I went live, it didn't seem to be anybody that was really all that interested in getting a card pulled. If you have any questions, or if there's something you want to chat about, or whatever, comments are open. I can see it. It's right here on my phone, and I share them out loud so that Krystle can see them. Now, for some
I got a
reason,
question.
what's your question?
That's Vanessa. So as I'm connecting with you, I feel this energy that's like hand on the hip type of energy. Like it's almost like not in a like disappointing way, but there's a little sass to it. There's almost like um you knew that type of energy that I'm feeling. So like a couple of questions would be like, is this your energy towards yourself? Have you been like sensing and feeling something that you knew about, but you disregarded it, or you felt an intuitive hit about something, and then you're like, you know, it's easy to do. I do it all the time. Brush it off, wipe it off, and then later I'll be like, girl, you knew that. You knew that. Why? So, that's the first thing that's coming in for you. Or if you're not in that energetic and you haven't sensed and felt something, then I mean, this literally could be spirit like Vanessa. You know. You know. So there's two different things that could possibly be.
She said yes. Well, I want to remark on something here because that's kind of funny. Vanessa said yes, and I'm sitting here going, oh, yeah, that exact thing happened to me today. After I hung up with you this morning and left to do my errands, I had to get into Lisa's van because I left my jacket. It was like 72 as I left this morning, and I wanted to have my little light sweater jacket thing that I have with me. And when I walked out the door, I felt to get on the back seat behind the driver. And I was like, no, I placed it behind me in the passenger seat behind me. And so I walked all the way around the van and got to the back, opened the door. There was my jacket on the other seat behind the driver. I walked in the door and Lisa looked at me. I said, oh, girl, let me just tell you, that is the last time that I don't follow my intuition because I overrode where my intuition told me that jacket was because I placed it on the seat behind me. What I didn't take into account was Albert was sitting in the back seat behind Lisa. And very clearly, he pulled my jacket over into that seat before he got out, but then left it there. And so, Vanessa, I understand you. I and I want to say I will bet you there's more than you and me in this room right now that actually did that in the last few days. Oh, you too?
I mean, I've done it so much.
I mean, that's
It's easy to do, because sometimes that intuition can be so soft and, and then this part of us wants to be like, no, I'm going to do something else instead. Like we want to prove some point or, something to ourselves.
Well, absolutely. And like I said, with that whole I know where I placed it, but that don't mean anything. My intuition knew it wasn't there. Vanessa said, "Oh my goodness, Sheila." Yep. No, I'm serious. It was that in my face, man. Well, the card I got for Vanessa, I when you were asking her that, I the minute I stepped into her field, I had it was very slight rocking. And for me, that generally means that there's something initiating in your field. And it might not be something that you are actually even aware of yet. Um, and I don't know, just now, of course, I'm feeling well, this is new moon energy. We will be in the new moon energy for at least another, I believe, at least 48 hours. Past its exactness. But I feel like it's something more than that. And it may not actually have kicked off for you yet, but there's something that will be presented if it hasn't already, I feel like. Um, that was what I got when I stepped into your. Now, maybe, and I'm wondering about this, maybe that's part and parcel to what you were feeling, Krystle. Maybe something new has presented itself and Vanessa knew it would, but dismissed it.
Yeah, this is what the cards are showing me, that either something has or is going to be presented. And it could come in the form of like someone trying to assist you, or, you know, sometimes we need help, we don't want to ask for it, or um there's some form right here. It's almost like I need to think on this. And sometimes we can think ourselves into a frenzy or think ourselves into a mess to where we get so flustered and confused with the energy that we just say, you know what, and shut the door. However, this Three of Cups energy, if you are to accept it, whether it be help, whether it be a new friendship, whether it be some sort of new beginning, whatever it may be for you, you got to listen to that hand on the hip type of energy too to direct you, okay? Because you know, um, but it could lead to something extraordinary with the Three of Cups energy. We're talking about celebration type of energy. We're talking about connection, community, friendship, those sorts of things, something to feel good about. So if something has been offered to you or you are needing some sort of assistance in some type of way, speak that to the people around you. You never know who's going to step in and try to assist. You never know who's going to rise to the occasion. So
And Vanessa said, "Oh, I need help, all right."
I got the chat up. I see it.
Oh, do you? Oh, okay. I didn't know
Me
if you
too.
could or not.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. So the one that came out from my cards, I chose the Journey of Love deck, and it's
Oh,
the
that's pretty.
dance of the planets. And I'd like to call attention to the fact that there are two beings there. So, boy, that just speaks to exactly what you were speaking on, someone showing up, right?
Mhm.
Um, there are forces larger than your own personal destiny at work in your life now. Although they are not inharmonious to you, you may feel as though you are being blocked from, or on the other hand, rocketed towards the heavens on a roll that nothing can derail. Either way, the planets are dancing as they will, and there is an effect upon your destiny. It was meant to be at this time. From rising, there will be gentle rest to recover before rising again. And from restraint, there will be propulsion into greater stratospheres. All things in time according to the wisdom of the greater cycles. It is okay to trust in the cosmic cycles and divine timing. After all, what point is there to rush to the bus stop if the bus doesn't depart until tomorrow? And what point is there to hold back if you are ready and set to go? Trust in the timing and rhythm of your life now, especially if it seems out of your control. That is the dance of the planets happening through you. The oracle brings a message. Pray that the planetary forces funnel blessings of grace and unconditional love, mercy, and joy to you now, that their movements through your life may happen in such a way that you can make the most of it. These are the times when big shifts are possible, supported by cosmic movements. So pray for grace and enjoy the ride. In those days, time was ours. We walked in the sun and held each other's hands. Your lips warm against my skin, and your soul melting into mine as night became morning amongst the cobblestone walks of now forgotten places we called ours. Wow, that's really cool. I feel like you'll have to when we do connect, you'll have to let me know what that's all about, Vanessa, if you feel that you can. I'll put out the message for them to hurry up and get here. Okay. Okay. Well, anybody else want a card? I hope that was helpful for you, Vanessa. Nobody saying anything? Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so used to telling you what the chat is, but now that I know you can see it, something's trying to come through for you. I can feel it.
Yeah, it is. And I'm like, I feel like it's spirit, honestly. And I'm not a medium. Just go ahead and put that out there. But I feel like it's spirit. Like my ears started going crazy and I'm over here like this. And then as soon as I was like, okay, I'm gonna tune into it, the energy itself just opened wide open. Like I could feel that happening. Um, and I don't even know who this is for or anything like that, but there is a female, a feminine energy. Um, and for some reason holding what appears to be a blue sweater. Um, and I don't know what in the world any of that is supposed to be, but and there was also a message about looking again, like the gift is right in front of you. So I don't know if that's for you, Vanessa, like it's right there. Sometimes my messages come through in symbolism and like I guess you would have if this is for you, then you would have to interpret what in the world a blue sweater is supposed to mean to you. To me, it would be like a comfort color, a sweater in itself, very comfortable, very soft, you know, being presented from that feminine energy. And the message was look again, it's right here in front of you. The gift is in front of you. I don't know. It feels like a sentimental gift, like the way that the mind would automatically think of the gift is not correct, not a present, but something very sentimental, valuable personally. It means something, but it's right in front of you. Can't you see that?
No feeling the gifts from the universe quite yet, but we'll think about the blue sweater.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to say that it's me, but it's kind of interesting because the sweater that was in the van was blue.
Oh, really?
Yes. It's right there. It was to
So
match my
I
outfit.
would say that's for you then. Like the gift, maybe it's a gift of recognizing your own personal power of your intuition, you know?
Well, I think that's what I was equating it to. If it is for me, which is kind of
Right.
interesting.
I mean, I think we could all take that message. Sometimes
Oh,
we
yeah.
have these, well, I know for myself, having these expectations of what a gift from the universe or whatever is supposed to look like. And then when it gets here, we can't even recognize it. We can't even see it. And it's right in front of us.
Right. Well, I've discounted my intuition all my life. So I that's why when I entered into the house, I looked at Lisa and I told her, I said, that's it. I'm done. I am not ever going to dismiss my intuition ever again. So you could be right because I argue with myself all the time like that. Common sense says I put the sweater behind me in the back seat. I was in the passenger seat because Albert was sitting directly behind Lisa. He has longer legs and he likes to stretch out. Lisa's shorter than me, so her seat is up closer to the steering wheel. So he was sitting directly behind her. So when I took my sweater off, I know that I put it behind me in the seat. I never thought about the fact that Albert would have put it, meaning to bring it in the house more than likely, because that's the kind of guy he is. But we were unloading other things and it just got left. Well, so me thinking physical, I put it behind, but that was a complete dismissal of my own intuition because I know I put it behind me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're so right. The gift was right there, and I totally dismissed it
Yeah.
because
They're
it,
using that energy of the sweater as symbolism for the message of like think of the sweater and like wrapping that gift around you, like letting it or you embracing it, letting it comfort you, letting it bring you comfort. Like I guess letting the struggle go with it and just wrapping yourself in that gift.
actually
Yeah. This
makes
is
a lot of
supposed to bring
sense.
you comfort. It's supposed to bring you comfort.
Well, I actually appreciate that a lot because um, all my life growing up, I was told you didn't hear that, you didn't see that, stop lying, those kinds of things. So I tend to try to mind everything. The instead of allowing that gift that clearly was there, I discounted it. I've done that a lot in my life. When I was sitting before a medium, a psychic medium, she said that there was a 5-year-old little blonde girl to my right and a man in a stovepipe hat to my left. And immediately I thought, oh, I'm showing her my 5-year-old self. And then I discounted that. because she's the psychic medium, not me. And I'm alive. I'm not dead. But even later, when I told the story to my friend, I got it again that I was showing her my 5 year old self. And now I know that's what I did because it was around that time that I must have shut all of this down and just took everybody else's word for what was going on and not my own. And so, yeah, I can see where this would be for me to wrap myself in that comfort that yes, you can trust yourself, Sheila, because and I know we all get this very innocently as children to not trust ourselves because the adults in the room want to tell us they know better because they think they do. And then, you know, we just grow up not trusting because, well, that's not logical. I put it on the seat behind me. It should still be there instead of just trusting what I got as I was walking to the vehicle.
Yeah.
I thought, I thought, don't waste your time. You probably can't reach it from this side. Walk around and get it on the other side. It was a waste of time because it wasn't over there. So you see what I'm saying? I don't know. I think you're right. I think it was. That might have been for more than just me, but wow, is all I can say. Vanessa said that
That's
is so
that's
true.
important though, what you brought through. Because like, Quinley, she's showing extraordinary gifts, and not once have I asked her to like tune in and see what she thinks it is. I'll be like, well, for me, this is, like she picks up on a lot of body pains. She'll come to me and be like, Mom, a very specific area is hurting, and she'll point to it and to describe it to a T of what I'm feeling. And now she'll be like, am I picking up somebody else? So we've been trying to work on the meditation and her tuning into her own body. That's the only part where I've been like, tune in. Everything else, I think I've been kind of like telling her what it is instead of allowing her that room for her own growth to see, to begin to trust what she's getting. So I'm gonna have to pay attention to that.
I love that you're willing to do that because
Yeah.
I had no clue, man, when my kid was that age, none
Yeah.
whatsoever. And so right now I got a 40-year-old son that don't trust himself either because I sure as shit didn't trust myself. And they learn by example, not from what we tell them, by
Yeah.
example. So by your putting it back to her and allowing her to tell you, that will give her the freedom to explore that. I love
Yeah.
that you're.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind, because I mean, it's crazy how much she's beginning to, in the last year has just grown so much when it comes to like psychic impressions and dreams and feeling and sensing spirit, like all kinds of things are showing up for her.
Well, the kind of things that I'm seeing on Facebook right now, I cannot stress how much I feel as though everybody, they may not realize what it is they're doing
Yeah.
because they're not, doing the sort of things that like we are, we're exploring the consciousness of it. But clearly, to me, folks are getting intuitive hits. They are sensing and feeling things. Sometimes they get confused by it and whatever, but I see where that is way more prevalent than it ever has been on the planet. And so I'm not surprised to hear you say that about her. Vanessa said
Yeah.
we're taught from childhood to give our power away, and that is so true.
Yeah. I always kept mine to myself. Yeah, I didn't really ever say anything about it. However, I did have a grandma. Well, she's still alive. I did have, I have a grandmother that she's has a big personality. Um, like Texas energy, she's very grand with everything. And she, she would say certain things like one day it was snowing and we were in the car, we were getting ready to go, and she couldn't get the heat to cut on. And I just reached up and turned it on. Like I know I was gonna fix that heat. And it's not that I did anything specifically, but I just, turned a button. And one of the things that's always stuck with me, and she was like, "You have magical hands." And just her, I guess, being in that broad end, imagine, not that she really believed that, but it's just the fact that she kind of pumped that into my system. And whereas I wasn't sharing my gifts with anyone else, keeping everything to myself, very suppressed in here, it actually gave me confirmation that holy shit, I do got something, something going on over here, magical.
I
So,
love that. I love
mm,
that. I love that she did that for you, even though she
yeah,
didn't realize she was doing that
yeah,
for you. Yeah. Drawing momentum. Hello. How are you, love? We're drawing cards for folks who want them, just to let you know. We're also chatting, but absolutely.
yeah.
Because we do have 6 folks in the room. And if anybody wants a card, just let me know and I'll put your name on the list. Um, it's been a while since you've been here, sweetheart. Well, and I would Vanessa said that's a wonderful grandma. I agree.
Yeah.
And if we're not going to pull cards, what's it been like for you guys? Aren't you seeing just across the board how, I mean, for me, I've seen some real instances of telepathy that are absolutely off the chain when it comes to stuff like that. And I'll call it out. I'll be out in the grocery store and, uh, you know, notice it or overhear a conversation. And I'll butt my nose right in and say, wow, pulled that right out of my field or whatever. And because the more I draw attention to something just like that, especially if I'm standing there thinking it and they say it either to me or around somebody else, oh, yes, I'm showing you what I just knew because it just, and I don't care if they think I'm a crazy old lady. Okay, so what? Big deal. Who cares? But they're going to remember that the next time something cool happens.
Hmm.
I think that old lady was on to something.
Yeah.
Oh, how lovely. Drawing Momentum says she watches us both periodically.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of instances where people are using telepathy and don't even realize it, or just their intuition. And I'll be like,
Right. Well, we've been through movies and other kinds of things. We have this certain idea of what we think telepathy looks like, and
yeah.
it's really, I've been shown, like I said, all that time, Lisa and I sitting in the living room at the house talking about, oh, we need to get this from the grocery store or whatever. And then the next thing you know, here comes her husband in the back door with it. On his way home from work, he stopped at the grocery store and picked it up. Nobody said anything to him.
Right.
That is telepathy. To me, there's no mistake in that.
Yep. Anytime I've felt, it's like an impression that comes in through the right side for me. The ones that make me pick up my phone and reach out to you right then, That's how it's always came in. It's like just a soft pressure. And usually it's your name in a like a certain color or something that like comes in.
Yeah, because I think we even discussed that on one of our lives most recently. I'm sitting there talking with Jasmine and Ernesto, and the next thing I know, and had just said your name, and the next thing I know, you're texting me on Facebook's private message. What you doing? I was like, I just said your name. That's what I was doing. That's telepathy. So you're right. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that, man. That's what we got to do. We got to realize. So I'll say this to the five folks in the room. The next time you out of the blue start thinking of somebody, right? You got no reason to be thinking about them, but they come in. Hit them up. Just see what they're doing and
Yeah.
see, don't they say, "Oh, I was just thinking about you." I'll bet you money that's what's going to happen. Either they
Yep.
just said your name or they were just thinking about you or whatever. Because that's happened way too often to me over these last several years.
I had another friend, we used to play the little telepathy game, but it would be like we wouldn't really there wasn't like a consent, so to speak, that we're gonna do that, but we knew exactly what we were doing. And I can't tell you the amount of times that this person would come in and it's a different feel, but it's still the same like impression. And I would reach out and be like, "What do you need?" They'd be like, "Dude, we were just talking about you or just discussing this with in your name came up, yada yada yada. And we were about to reach out to you and see if you could help with this." And I would always say, like, "What do you need?"
I did. So did it freak them out or were they because y'all had established that?
No, it never freaked them out. I guess at first it was like, the excitement, like, "How did you know?"
Right?
Like, I don't know. I just felt it.
Right. It's just that I think that those instances are happening more and more. And for
Yeah.
me, the more we call attention to our loved ones, and it doesn't have to be in some great big way or anything like that. Just, oh, okay. See, you got your intuition is smack on too. Don't be thinking you're no slouch.
Yeah.
Because again, we all of us, there's not a being on the planet, in my view, that hasn't that has escaped that whole thing about giving their power away or not trusting themselves or having been traumatized from the installation of programming and conditioning that wasn't exactly what anybody needs, that sort of thing. Everybody has instances of it, every single being. And so, just for me, calling attention to that, just that in and of itself, it opens up new vistas for folks to feel into for themselves, because coming to know that you are way more than you ever gave yourself credit for or even thought you were, it does something to a being. At least it sure as shit did for me. Uh, and continues to do something for me.
Yeah.
So, still no takers on card, eh? Okie dokie. This happened last time too.
What?
It's so interesting.
It's meant to be. It's meant to be.
Yep, I guess you're right. Um, and so, well, at some point, whenever, oh, wow. So maybe we ought to turn this into, we didn't even think about this beforehand. We should have had some of your artwork standing by so you could show everybody your artwork, you know?
Well, I have some things close. I mean, we could do that.
Well, if you want
You
to,
know,
I don't,
even if like somebody watches the replay later, they'll know where to go and
yeah, I love
what they're
that.
getting.
Okay, well, and we do drawing momentum decided she would take a card, but yes, let's do that. Let's do that anyway because once we're finished reading for drawing momentum, you may be waiting for somebody else to decide they want one too. And I
Yeah.
would love to do that to, you know, to be able to assist you a little bit.
Matter of fact, I got the perfect boxes. You told me that you could order the boxes for free from USPS. And so I did that. And I got several different sizes, but the only two they shipped or that got here today was the perfect small flat rate box. And they're the exact size of the little trays. So I thought that was cool.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I'm so glad.
And I looked up the flat rate price for it and everything because I'm still trying to figure out like, the whole shipping process and stuff. But
All right.
yeah.
Well, that's why for me, you know, with the if it fits, it ships the flat rate box. That's the really coolest one for me because then a person could purchase more than one item as long as it fits in that box. It's just
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
that one thing, and that makes it easier for you, you know, to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to feel into your field drawing momentum. Now, this is really interesting to me because with Vanessa, I wanted to rock back and forward. And this one, I kind of wanted to go side to side a little bit. And hmm. So as I ask about that, I was being reminded of my reverberation that I had when I had some uh, lateral existences of me timelines collapsing into me and how that had me doing this because yeah, I don't know if that has if you've had any sense of something like that happening to you or if that's something that is going to that you may. Yeah, because there's something about the other existences of you joining you. I really don't know. That's really wild because I've never had that for anyone, only
It's
me.
really cool. You want to know what I heard when I first started tuning in?
What?
Oh my God. So it started out as a melody, or at least I thought it was going to be a melody. And it was like, do you? And then all of a sudden it's like, no, the Muffin Man. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if my brain just took over what potential message was trying to come in. Um, but if you've heard that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's the first thing that came in. And the second thing that came in was like, I'm searching for something. I felt like the thousands of eyes were just moving all over right here. And I felt the pressure on the third eye center. Um, yeah. So, I mean, that could be numerous things like you working with that energy, trying to open it more, trying to express it more, trying to feel into that. Um, Are you searching for something? Like, I'm telling you, the visual was just like, and it was like every pair of eyes was following like where my direction of eyes wanted to go to search for something.
Wow, that's really interesting given what I was feeling about the other existences coming to join
Hmm.
in this existence. Even the most boring art supply makes me giddy. She said.
Me too. Me too.
It's kind of interesting that you said that too, because just recently I've been drawn to take a look at a young lady who is reviewing art supplies. And I have no idea why that is. Have you had any sense of what I do you have any sense of anything that I said about other existences joining you here, drawing momentum? Because just now, all of a sudden, I was also shown a dream I had where uh, I was protecting something. Did I tell you that dream? I don't know if I did or not, but I don't usually remember dreams. And that was pretty interesting to me. I'm just wondering if you have any sense of what I was saying or why. She says she's not sure what the eyes are specifically about. Yeah, see, I don't know, but I feel like it was your speaking to the eyes that I think prompted this other feel about protecting something. And
Mhm.
if there was a joining of other existences in this existence, that a lot of eyes make sense to me. The card that came out for you that I drew, I was uh I was directed to the Shaman's Dream Oracle, card number 2, beloved, the object of affection, radical acceptance, loving what is. When the beloved appears, it requires 100% of your heart, body, and soul. Don't try to, quote, squeeze the beloved into your schedule. Drop the busyness and receive the one you have been waiting for. Know that this card comes as a mirror to show you the divine within and invite your radical acceptance of everything you consider beautiful or ugly into your being. Everything, no, not into, in your being. The beloved may not be a person at all. It might be a business venture, a project, or an adventure calling for your full attention. And so the eyes, perhaps. Love it, let it light you up, and give it your all. Surrender to this truth and know that you are gaining a passport to bliss, even when it feels that you are being consumed by the fire of the beloved. Do not hold back or be afraid, for you will emerge transformed. Surrender is the key. Oh, wow. That was the deck that I thought I was drawn to first was the surrender deck. Allow yourself to be loved. Usher the harsh critic out the door and shut your eyes and ears to the judgment of others who have not been ignited by the divine blaze consuming you, for they will only attempt to douse your fire and leave you choking on the smoke. Careful you are not seduced by false promises or falling prey to your extraordinary ability to sabotage your dreams and desires. Sink with and sink into your heart and trust your sense of what is true. You will know what to do. The true beloved is never false. Every gift proffered is valuable. Recognize the many facets of the beloved and welcome them into your heart. You will be so glad you did. I'm going to get a deck.
Another transformative card, the death card came up, and don't get freaked out. Big transformative energy here with the death card. I also feel like those eyes could have been like you being guided with what you're searching for, or, or this transition, this transformation in itself. Um, this card kind of holds that energy of every ending is the doorway to your rebirth. So think about that. What it is that you truly want, like the imagery with the eyes. Sometimes we can't create what it is that we actually want because we can't even see it ourselves what we actually want. So there's almost like think deep into that. Allow the eyes to evolve with you and also with the third eye. Obviously, allow yourself to be guided by your intuition. Any sort of end is only going to make a way for what is truly meant for you. The other card that came out is the Five of Coins. So something is trying to be given to you in a sense, and that could simply be a new doorway. But sometimes we have to be willing to close the other door to allow for ourselves to walk through that new one. But I do feel like you're being guided with those eyeballs, like the massive amount that I've seen. It's like assistant scoping out things, assistant seeing things that you can't see for yourself, a way to allow for that to grow, to strengthen, and also allowing your intuition to strengthen as well as you move through what could be a big transformation for you.
So, drawing momentum, you said the swing could be feeling on uneven ground, and you put a question mark there. I would say yes, it could be. Absolutely. Remember, I said that was my experience. But then also, when Krystle shared about the eyes, something else came forward for me, and that was a dream that I had where I was protecting something. And so, and because of what this card said about surrender, and because I originally felt also the surrender deck, I decided to pull a card from there as well. And it came surrender the drama. I mean, it flipped over and tried to reassert itself back in the deck upside down. So I knew that one was for you. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. And kind of interestingly to me, there's a similar color here to me, color scheme in this card. So whether this is something that and now of course, oh wow, and there's a bunch of eyes showing in this card. I've never seen this before. There are the eye of the man that's showing here, and then there's eyes of what looks like two wolves, one on either side, right? And so again, I feel like whether the protection is something you feel you need to protect, because that's what my dream was about. I was actually protecting something. A scroll is what it was. And that was so very interesting to me. Oh, and for the first time too, I'm seeing what could be considered a dragonfly in this here, which also speaks to transformation of your death card.
Yep.
So I hope that was helpful for you, sweetie heart. She said, I've been postponed by so many interruptions. Well, I've come to see interruptions actually as, especially when it comes to, because even in this card, it talked about divine timing. I've called things mistakes. I've called things all kind of stuff when later on saw that it was the best thing that could have happened, because I have no idea what machinations have to be done by the universe to weren't you part of the book club with us for Florence Scovel Shinn, the book Florence Scovel Shinn? Remember how she spoke about that specifically?
Yep.
That in order to bring about what we desire, when we let it go into the universe, there's all kinds of stuff that has to be rearranged and done in order for it to happen in a particular way where it's not making things rough for other people too. So that divine timing is a very real thing. And because I have no idea what all has to be done in order to deliver whatever it is I am putting out into the universe. And I have no way of knowing that or seeing it or watching what unfolds necessarily. So I've been guilty of saying, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, when in fact, it reminds me of your talk about liminal. Oh, well, I think that's what you were speaking, isn't it, Krystle? I hope that was helpful for you, sweetie heart. So,
People watching
anybody
the stream in 66 minutes.
say what now?
6 people watching and started streaming 66 minutes ago.
Oh, wow. That's interesting that you should happen to see it like that, eh?
Yeah. I just scrolled down to see how many people were watching and seen that.
Wow. So it showed you how long we've been streaming?
Mm-hmm. Now 67 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay. You have to teach me how to see that because I don't know how to see
It's
that.
right below the chat. But your chat probably pops up to the side
Oh,
yeah, like I'm at the YouTube thing
yeah, no,
looking at.
I'm looking at it on my phone. That way I can see us. She said yes when Krystle spoke about the liminal in a different video. That's what I thought it was, Krystle, because Boy, I'm telling you, I told you off camera what you've been chatting with uh, everybody about in those separately standalone videos. I love that. I love that, and I'm trying to emulate what you're doing. And I won't say I'm not good at it because I've never allowed myself to actually do that. So I don't really know.
What do you
Uh,
mean?
well, the repatterning, the
Oh,
going into the void space. And, um, I haven't been really good at, meditation and all of those sorts of things. So it's really something that I'm really starting to pay more attention to and do more of.
yeah.
I'm fiercely protective, especially of my teen son. Gotcha. Well, that
Yeah.
makes
Once you start you know, observing that, it's for me, it was like even beginning to talk about that was like understanding my patterns with the in between or the liminal space in itself, you know, standing in that threshold and moving forward, another reference to the doorway there. But I really had to understand that once you begin to see that, like observe it and really, you're going to start catching your own patterns so that you can drop into that void and repattern or recode. I don't really know which one I like better, the repattern or the recoding of the experience that you're having. But also here lately, I've been feeling into like the concept of bending your reality. So like I don't think it's so much as we create our own reality. I do fully believe that we co-create it. I think I wrote a blog post on this. Um, or did I do a talk on it? I think it was a blog post. Um, but co-creation, yes. And the concept of bending our reality is kind of similar to like, let's say a lot of people would say, I'm aligning to a frequency, right? And I've started to see that a little bit different as, the alignment itself is kind of practice. But when you begin to embody that frequency, that's when reality begins to bend for you, which is the spiral energy that I speak of. It's your new patterns that you'll start experiencing because you are embodying that frequency. So when you align to it, you get little testers here and there. It'll start showing up, but it's almost a question of, are you sure? Are you sure this is what you want to experience? So
well,
I've
and
noticed that a lot.
for me, am I paying attention?
Yeah.
Because that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Well, I want to call attention to this because as you were saying that about your blog, I wanted to tell everybody you got to go to newlightstreaming.love. There's links in every video that we put up to get to the web page. Um, KNEW light streaming dot LOVE is the website, and sign up because I didn't sign up to be email notified when you put out a blog, and I'm going to do that as soon as we're done here because you're you're and I should have done it when I saw the alchemy one that I recorded. I should have done it then and I didn't. But I highly encourage everyone, if you like the videos that Krystle's been doing, also go to the website and sign up for it's free. It's free to be notified when she uploads a blog, but take a little time and look around on there too, because again, the whole point, part of the reason we're doing this is I'm trying to help Krystle, support Krystle right now, because she's had, this is your second or third surgery you've had.
Second.
But he wants to do a third, isn't that right?
Hmm.
And so she's been put out of work, but this is the third time that been made now that you can't go back to your job.
Yep.
Yeah, and she can't drive, and so every little bit helps. I did, at the top of this chat here, I pinned it to the top, a way for you to help support Krystle. Every little tiny bit helps. But if you'd rather get something for your donation, there's all kinds of stuff on the web page. Under the Journey into It tab, you can see everything that she offers. Also, there's been things that she's created there that you can,
Mhm.
like purchase, because, it ain't that far from Christmas. Blink and it's going to be Christmas. Trust me when I say that. And so there's all kinds of really cool stuff that you could purchase there, for as a gift for a loved one. So, every little bit of helps. And, if you guys can find your way to comfortably do that, that would be lovely. Joy Momentum said also, since your scroll video, I've had several scroll synchronicities. Well, I think that in various and sundry ways, because in the way I see it, we are all one, and it's a multidimensional thing. We're all one consciousness and separate consciousnesses, because the only thing that really separates us is being in this vessel. And the whole time I've been in this vessel, it's only been me and that larger portion of me that is here, my soul, that which gives me the intuition, is the only other being who knows me like no other could ever even attempt to know me. And that goes to, loved ones, parents, children, doesn't matter, your best friend. It doesn't matter. Only that, some people call it soul, some people call it spirit, some people call it their higher self. Pick your name. I don't really care. It's all the same thing to me. It's that which has resided in here with me the entire time, who's been privy to all the bullshit, all the good stuff, but all the bullshit too. So, um, yeah, I don't even know why I went on.
Think about too the connection between the eyes and the scroll. There's something there because I was seeing like both of the visuals and then an energetic connect between the two of those.
Well, and it's that symbolism too.
Mhm.
The codex. There's so much about scrolls, codex, codices right now in the field. And that's what I'm saying. I think the larger one, each being, each individuated portion of the all that is beginning to awaken to the truth of who we are. And the more we delve into that, the more we're being shown. And the more, and each in the moment in which it can handle too. I'm clear about that for myself. It has to do with where each is in their own particular journey, what their psyche is ready for. That, that has helped me understand divine timing better than anything else. Because somebody who, I think, an awful lot of the asylums that are loaded with beings that uh, people want to think are crazy or whatever have been shown things their psyche wasn't ready for.
Hmm.
They didn't know what to do with it. And society was no help. I'm convinced of that. I've seen a lot of that to be so. Momentum said it's 3:33. Oh, okay, because yeah, you're in a different time zone. It's
She
5:30.
said, she said, talking about all those eyes are the artworks that are waiting for me to make them real. Yes.
Could very well be. She's an artist.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she is awesome. It's been a while since we've had a chat. Well, no more cards for anybody? Do you want to show some of your artwork? It's up to you. I leave it up to you if you want to.
Sure. Okay, right here.
I love what.
Let me grab some stuff.
Yeah, okay, do that. I'm telling y'all, I love what, and you know what? When Krystle comes back, I don't know if she still has it up, but at one time she was doing a thing where she could channel a message for you and on your picture, like you send her your picture. Vanessa said like schizophrenia, not really so mentally unstable as led to believe. Uh, Case in point, to be exact, honestly, there was actually a case I read once about a young man who was not from the US who was put into a facility. And I don't even know how this shaman from another country found out about it. I think somebody might have contacted them or something because it was from his homeland. And he came to the US and got the man into his custody. He was a shaman in the making. That was the whole problem. But he didn't know it. And of course, the beings that, he was surrounding didn't know it either. But hey, if you're hearing voices and seeing things, oh, they're all too quick to shove you into the loony bin. Mark my words. There we go. Hey, you're muted. Um, by the way, are you still doing or do you still have it available on the website to do? Remember when you did that thing I think you still have the photo up um where you channeled some light language for me?
Um, I don't know if it's still up. I know I did go through and delete some things, but I don't think I deleted that.
Well, I was going to say if it's not and you're still, up for doing that, I think that'd be the offer too
Yep.
because that's something that you could easily do in exchange for a little love offering.
Yeah. It's funny. I've been getting a lot of synchronicities about that too.
Have
Brittany
you?
was asking me about my courses that I have on Udemy
Well, that's what
about
I was
teaching
just
like
getting
how to
ready.
tap into that energy.
Right.
And I was like, I was telling her about how like it pays out like once a month with that. And I was telling her like what the amount is. And I was like, I haven't been on there in like a year and a half, 2 years, and it still brings in a little bit. I was like, but we was talking about marketing and advertising and things like that. I'm just not great at that stuff, like selling myself. Uh, uh, and I
No,
was
I
like,
understand.
imagine just what it could be like if I were to actually, do something like that. And then also the other synchronicity with it is a lot of times I'll get like these pop-up notifications from YouTube about, a specific light language, something, something. Now, I don't never remember subscribing to, like anything or turning notification bells on or anything like that. Um, so it's just kind of weird that that would even come through at all.
Well,
But those are some synchronicities, and the fact that you're bringing it up now, like,
right.
maybe that's
Well, and that's something else
look
I
back
want
into.
everybody to know is that you do have some courses available on Udemy, and they can get links to them at the website.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah, how to tap into your own abilities. So it's
They're
really,
great courses. Like, I've
yeah.
had a tremendous amount of feedback from people. I have a way of teaching that breaks it down very, very easily and gets you in that space of where you can get into that. Um, you know, so
Well,
I
that's
guess
what
that
I
was
love
me
about,
selling myself, huh?
well, but that's what I love. No, but see, but you really are a good teacher because
Yeah.
you've taught me so much. You and Lisa both are really good at that. You're, I don't know, you both have a different style, but you're really very good at what you do. And that's one of the, for me, you're not trying to say, come, let me heal you. No, you're trying to say, come, let me show you how to heal
Yeah,
yourself.
let me teach you how to do it yourself.
That's
I don't like
right.
repeat clients.
Right? I'm same.
Yeah,
That's the
I
whole
would
idea.
rather, spread your wings and fly, baby. That's how I feel about it.
Right. Because nobody knows your issue better than
Yeah.
you know.
Nobody's going to have the best answer other than you. Like,
Right.
working on the hotline, people can ask you hotline questions, like a psychic hotline. They can ask you this and that all day long, but when it really boils down to it, like, you have that answer already. And so many times, oh my gosh, I cannot tell you. It's almost, I would say, like 94% of readings, the high priestess will come out. And she is always screaming, you already know the answer. You're just not listening to it. Please trust your intuition.
Well, because
Please.
you know what that is though, right? I can tell you what that is. It ain't the answer that they want. And because
Yeah.
it ain't the answer that they want, they keep thinking that if they go to this one over here and that one over there, well, maybe somebody will give me the answer that I want. When in
Yeah.
fact, that's why I love what you and Lisa do, pointing folks back into themselves because you do have the answer. I know I have the answer. It's just not something I want to hear right
Hmm.
now.
Yeah.
Can't tell you
I
how
think a,
often
I
that's
think a
true.
lot of, like, the part of the hotline that I do enjoy is that I know that a lot of it is not that they want the answer. Either a couple of things. They just want to vent, and we all need that. And I'm very good at holding space for someone to do that. Always have been. It comes naturally to me. Or they want confirmation for what they do already know. So, yeah, that's an enjoyable part of it.
Yeah, that is. You're absolutely right. I really haven't, luckily, and I think that it's because of, my energy. I've never ever had someone come to me for a reading that wasn't just looking for confirmation or, or didn't know the answer and would say, "Oh yeah, that's right." Because yeah, well, and I've been famous for saying that folks don't want to. I don't get a lot of readings. I think because I'm not that. I ain't the one. I am not the one because I will point you back into yourself. I'm not going to. That's all we can really do. I give what I get, but generally, it's almost always pointing folks back into themselves.
Yeah.
So, would you bring us?
Okay. So this one is not up on the website, but if you happen to like it, then you can reach out to
Ooh,
me or I can pop it on the website, whichever. You put the incense stick right here. Citrine crystal is on it. I don't know. I love this one. The colors don't really show up on here, but the sky is phenomenal. It's got some pink and purple and blues in
I
there
love
with
that.
a little grassy scene. That one, I don't think I've ever showed that one.
I don't recall seeing it. No.
Yeah. Well, it was down in another box that was holding like the festival stuff with like I had gotten a bunch of like fairy headbands and ears and stuff because I was going to a fairy festival. So it was down in that one. So I don't know how that one wound up over there. This one has a lot of amethyst on it, a dragon head amethyst, three stones, a nice one right here, and then you put the incense right here. Got some rose petals and so no lavender herbs in it, and I mixed this paint up so it is a special color. Um, and then it is two-toned. It has a little shimmer effect
I love that
with the blue
flash.
and the purple.
Yeah, it's got a flash to it. I love that. Now, so you don't have the fairy ears and stuff like that up on the website for folks to see
Hmm.
because those are things that could be added to the if it fits it ships box.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
should put them up on there because I have like
Yeah.
a bag full. Because what I was gonna do, purchase a lot of them. Like if a little kid came by and I was just gonna give it to them.
No, I get
So
it. Yep.
So I do have quite a lot of those, though Quinley has gotten into them a time or two and got some for herself. So, and then, she'll lose it or something and need another one. These two right here. Oh, you can see the flash on that one.
Oh, you sure can. Oh, I love
This
that.
one is, I love it. It's painted black and then it has that two-tone paint, the purple and blue. This is
Okay.
what your Raven tray has. It's painted black and then I put the two-tone paint on it. So this one has an obsidian, a little offering tray, or you can put a tea light candle right here. You can put the incense right here in the cute little vase. I love these things. And then it also has some lavender herbs made into it. And then the serpent with some pyrites and again with that unique color and then the two-tone paint, you put a cone incense right here. I think all of these that I'm showing now are up on the website. Like I said, I got some boxes in today and they're ready to ship, and the price on there does reflect shipping included. So you're not going to get hit with any sort of like extra shipping fees or anything like that.
Okay. Awesome.
What you see is what you get. Price is correct. And I think I have them really reasonably priced. We have a rose quartz right here,
That one's pretty.
kind of the ombre paint with the lotus flower. You put the incense in here, little rose petals in that, and it does have a little bit of the kind of like a champagne or gold type of shimmer to it. I don't think it shows up on camera, but there's a little shimmer in this one.
I have to be honest with you. I'm very drawn to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one might have to be mine.
Okay.
Not for me because I have my Raven one, but
Hmm.
somebody else, I think.
Okay. So we have tourmaline on this one. You put the incense right here, and then we have a beautiful gold and red dragon with the custom fire paint on this one. And this one does have a kind of an orangey red type of shimmer to it,
That's really,
which
I really
you
like
might get
that
it
one
right there.
too.
So you can see it a little bit right there. This one is one of my all-time favorites, first ever done. Got some soda light on here and aventurine, I believe, with the little moss, some rose petals, and the lotus flower some cool, unique designs with the water, making it look like it's swirling, moving water, cultivating peace and calm in your home.
Well, and you were very specific. You were in very specific mindsets when you did these, weren't
Oh
you?
yeah. Yeah, with each piece, like I had some sort of intention that I was putting into it, or at least, like a theme of what I wanted it to be, which translates to energy poured into these things. Intention, yes.
Right.
Um, little cute little dragon here with a quartz cave.
Oh, I
I think
like
that's like,
that. Like he came out of there.
or is it geode, right?
Yeah, that's a geode.
Yeah. And then you put the incense right here, and on the incense thing, it has two dragons on each side, so it kind of fit the theme. And then again with the custom paint, flames. This one has a little bit of a red sparkle shimmer to it up close.
Yeah,
And that's
that's the only tragic thing is that the camera just doesn't do these things.
right.
I've seen I've seen most of these in person when I came down the last time to visit you. And
I
yeah,
think I think for the most part, the pictures on the website kind of pick up. But I'm telling you, like in person, they're just,
yeah,
that's with anything really. You're not going to see its true essence until you get it in front of you.
yeah,
And then
that's
you're going to be even more happy than when you purchased it.
yeah. I did see
Um,
where you were able to get some of the earrings you have up on the site too.
yeah, so I made a whole different jewelry page. So I'm loading those slowly but surely up on there.
Okay, cool.
These, I think I thought about discounting some of these, just because I mean there's some more than I would have wanted little flaws within them. This one has a whale incense right here and it's two pretty large sodalite. Well, sodalite and can't remember the name of this stone. I don't know if you can see it. It'll come to me. And then the incense goes right here and the beach wave. Now you guys can't see the little flaws in this one, but there are some little indentions within the paint, within the resin. So um and then this one, I think I put this one in that box because I put an incense in here and the incense broke off and I can't get it out. So this one needs to be discounted as well. Maybe someone can get it out, but until that, it's no longer an incense holder. It is a tea light candle holder. But it's gorgeous too.
No, it really is. I love the color scheme.
Mhm. Color combo in that. It's really, really pretty. And I got two more and we'll move on. So this one, yeah, it's got some um almost like the paint was pulled or something as it dried. You can kind of see it right there.
Yeah,
So the incense is right here, and these are adventuring on this one. So you got your moss and then the incense holder right there. Yeah, you can see it.
so if you're going to discount these, you'll put them in a separate spot, or you'll just put something to let folks know they're discounted or something. Is that what
Yeah,
you're going to do?
yeah. And then little dragon on this one with the tourmaline. I really like the colors in this one too. It
Yeah,
doesn't have the two-tone, but it's like massive shimmer.
I was going to say, it looks like sparkle.
Yeah. Very, very sparkly, very, very pretty. Um,
Now that's
let's see. I
resin
think,
over top of these, right? Over some of them.
yeah. So I think I put this one in the discount box because the chip paint's right here.
Gotcha. Right.
So it's not that I can't sit down and just go over that again, but yeah, comb goes right here. It's so cute.
And you said you've got a little lid for those pots, right?
Yeah, yeah, the lids. I got the lids for all of these. And this in itself is super cute. It has a little triangle lid so you can take it off. It's so cute. And then this one, this crystal right here is actually the incense holder. So you put the incense right here. These are rose quartz, and then you have a little rose quartz right here. And it has a little pink shimmer to it on top of the white with the rose petals. That's all I got to show you for now.
Okay. Well, so all of
And
those
if
can
y'all
be
go to the
found.
jewelry section, then you can find stuff like this on
Right.
there.
Yeah. That's the other thing that you've got several different kinds of jewelry that are
Oh,
available.
I have tons of
Right.
jewelry. Here's the little lid that goes on.
Oh, that's so cute.
So cute. So the cone can go in here, the incense cone, or you can put the lid on it and use the little holes for the long incense holders.
I
So
gotcha.
it's
So that one's versatile.
yep.
So you can find all of these at newlightstreaming.love. And while you're there, like I said, sign up for the free blog so that you're notified when Krystle puts a blog up. And take a look around, man. She's got courses for offer. She has different things that you can. Vanessa said your creations are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I can attest to that. When you do go and look around on the site, y'all, you'll see my raven. The one I grabbed up because she put sold on it, but left it up there on the site, and I haven't been able to pick it up yet. But I adore it. I am so excited. I found some really cool candles to put in the candle holders. They're LED flameless tapers, believe it or not, that were I don't even you pulled it out.
Mm-hmm.
That
Look at
one's
that. Look at that.
I know
It's
you're
so
making me
pretty.
want to come visit you so
That's
badly.
so pretty. And you
I
put two
know.
candles right here. You put
I'm
whatever you
so
want to in
excited about it.
here.
I really am excited
That
about it.
is that is so cool though.
No, it
And then you
really
got some
is.
moonstone on here.
Yep.
So pretty.
I'm very appreciative of you. I listen, I that's why I say I want to assist to support you in any way that I can. And because I am so appreciative of you. Krystle she really has a lot of great, like I said, her courses, because she's all about teaching you how to go within and get to the bottom of your own stuff, to be honest with you. So check it out, New Light Streaming Love. And well, I think I'm I feel complete in this one. How about you? Nobody else asked for a card, so
Yep.
I guess we're done for the day. I really appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. We got to get y'all a little bit more chatty. No chatting or nothing up in there.
Be like, who agrees? Everybody press 111.
Well, thank you for coming and doing this with me. Thank you for being you. Thank you for suggesting New Light Streaming Love. I love this collaborative channel.
Yeah.
Um, and I love what
Oh,
you're doing.
sorry.
Oh, tell me, tell
I
me.
forgot to tell you. This is going to be my next read aloud. Let me tell you about this. I do not remember whatsoever purchasing this, but tell me why. At my bookshelf, where all the books are in and they're so tight, like nothing could have fell out. Why was this one laying down on like, in front of the books, just laying flat on the shelf? And I do not remember purchasing this whatsoever.
Okay, hold up. You're telling me that that was on your bookshelf and you don't remember purchasing it?
No,
Okay. Don't tell me
like
that
why?
ain't. Do not tell me that's not another timeline collapse
It's
because
got to be. Like the whole thing with this whole Blavatsky thing has been super weird, really freaking weird. From the very first synchronicity, from the very first video, to me being led to the voice in the silence and reading that one, like, and then this just happens to be there. Now, I'll admit, sometimes I have purchased books in the past and just never got around to reading them. But why? Okay, let's say that I did purchase this at some point in the past. Why was it laying down not in the very tight squeeze of all the other books? Like, why was this one laying down in clear view for me to see it? Everything.
well, that's just it too. And when you first got to looking at her, why wouldn't you have looked at your own bookshelf? Why wouldn't you have
True.
seen it? Why wouldn't you have seen it there when you first started looking into it?
Yep.
No, this is exactly like my Starman Tarot going missing the book, not the deck, just the book, and the other three decks right now. The decks are here, but the books aren't. And I know they're going to show up. I already know that because I've had too many other things that's happened with. And so I don't know, you tell me, but wow. Well,
Very
I'm excited to
strange.
hear that. Okay, that's cool. And you are you
Yeah.
going to put that in the knowledge vault?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So it's commentary on the um the stanzas from the book of Dizyn, Dzyan, Zion, the Zion.
I have no idea.
I don't know. It's the seven eternities, time, the universal mind, and the Dayan Kohans. The causes of misery, the great breath, being and non-being, the eye of Dogma, Alaya, and the universal soul. So it reads in the first chapter, reading the actual stanzas 1 through 7, and then it goes into each line of every single stanza to break down each line. How cool is that?
Ah, okay. That is cool.
Yeah.
All
So,
right. Well, I'll play along. I because I told you I was drawn to her a while back, and I got I don't know one or two books in my Kindle, but I never felt to go. I mean, I got them. See, that's what happens too to me. I'm drawn, but then not all the way in. And I think that's because when I was drawn, my psyche wasn't ready. The fact
mhm.
that you're now investigating her, your psyche is ready. Mine may not be. I don't know. I know that's what happens with Jason's material because I'll look and see Jason's got a whole bunch of writings. And I okay, I know I'm supposed to record that one. I know I'm supposed to record that one, but not right now. I know I'm supposed to record that one, but not right now. And then when I'm ready to record, I go through the ones that I've been saving and I get a hit. Okay, now, not that one. Okay, but that one. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So I know with all of me, whenever I feel into the why of that, it has to do with where I am in the my psyche. The
Yeah.
ego part of me is either ready for that or it's not ready for that. And if I push the issue, which I have done before, I'm not going to understand anything. It'll
Yeah.
just either roll off or won't make any
And
sense.
yeah. Yeah.
So
If
I've
you,
I've I've learned how to just allow and go with that now.
yeah, for sure. I don't see how I could have or would have even purchased this in the past because when I came across that video, at that point I had never even heard of Blavatsky. So it really doesn't make sense of how that even like how this was even in there, period.
Right. Why would you have been?
Unless I have a memory, a memory that's stored over there and it's just not coming to the surface. Like,
Well, that's why I say
um,
timeline collapse or
yep,
something.
something.
Yes. Yeah. Because I've been to your house. I know the bookshelf you're talking about. And I know about I knew about Blavatsky. I know who she is. And I looked at all your books. I don't remember seeing any Blavatsky on there. And I sure as shit didn't remember seeing anything that was laying in front of the bookshelf, you know,
Right.
them standing up.
Yep.
Because when I was down there from your first surgery, I looked at all your books. I was there for a while and I looked at them. I'm nosy like that. So, because I wanted to see if there was anything I wanted to read. And it
Right.
was there. So, I don't know. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Vanessa and Drawing Momentum are telling us thank you and that we're very appreciative. And well, I'm appreciative of all of you guys too, that keep showing up and let me just say
For sure.
this. Anything that you watch that you really like, feel free to share it. Share it around. I love it when that happens.
Yeah.
And make sure you're subscribed, so that you do get notified when we go live like this. Because Krystle and I are going to be going live a little more often, I think.
Hmm.
Well, that's something we've talked about. So,
Yeah.
so
You guys also go find us on Facebook under New Light Stream and Love as well.
that's
You never
right.
know. We might pop up on there one day going live, see
Ooh,
how it goes.
yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
If I could figure out how to make, if there was a way, if if we ever do get to where folks do want to support this effort, I wanted to be able to do StreamYard, but I can't do StreamYard and Zoom on my budget. And Zoom is the only way to be able to do these kind of meetings like this and record them. With StreamYard, it's not the same thing, apparently. Either that or I don't understand it very well, which, that could be it. But I was looking into that, and the only way I can see that it would work is to have both of them. Right now, I don't have that in my budget because they run about the same. And so that would
Yeah.
double in my budget. And I know you don't have that either. So that's
No.
just not a possibility right now for us. And that would make it so that we could do multiple platforms all at the same time, which could be cool, but not right now.
Yeah.
Who knows
It'll
though? Maybe
come. It'll
someday.
come.
That's right. Maybe someday. All right. Well, thanks guys for showing up. Love to have you this afternoon and just be on the lookout. Never know. Mwah. I hope that you will move towards that which brings you joy, that which draws your attention, because there's something there for you. And that's all I got. How about you?
I got nothing.
All right.
Thanks for being here. Come back again.
Be well, my friends. Till
Bye.
next time.